Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called UK versus Germany versus France versus Italy versus Spain comparison 2025 info. I think those are very different countries, so I don't know what are we going to be comparing. I'm intrigued. Let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe. Okay, the names, yeah. Yeah, one of them, well, no, two of them are a kingdom, right? Spain and the UK. Although I think the difference is that Spain has a president and the UK only has a prime minister, but still, they're monarchies. Again, very, very different cities. Okay, yeah, the unitary, yeah, the monarchy, two of them are monarchies, and the other, I don't know what it's, a unitary semi-presidential republic. I have no idea what that means. Do they have a president? Yes, of course, I know they have a president, but I have no idea. Is a federal parliamentary republic? I think they also, oh, they have a chancellor, right? Yeah, I think that's the difference. They don't have a president. I think Germany has a president. They just have they have a chancellor and that's it. So that's the parliamentary, yeah, because I get it. It's because it's unionized, so it's just a bunch of territories that came together. But I think Italy, I would have assumed it was the same thing, but no, that's why it's different. Whatever, the governments are different. Yeah, the head of government. Okay, yeah, they have a prime minister, which is technically the president. They all have a prime minister. Yeah, the chancellor, the prime minister. The only president is just France, because they used to have a monarchy, but they do not have it anymore, very famously. But it's just I'm shocked that it's the only country with a president. Well, and Germany is the only one with a chancellor. I don't think those are common sort of heads of government. I think the most common heads of government tend to be prime ministers and presidents. Area. Okay, yeah. Which one's bigger? I think Germany, right? Oh no. Oh, it's France. Yeah, of course. I always forget how big France is, actually. I'm surprised by the fact that Italy is bigger than the UK, because I always think UK, I don't know, I think Italy kind of seems smaller. Okay, population. Germany has more people than France, which I'm shocked, because France is bigger, so they shouldn't have more people. But no, not apparently. And the smaller one is Spain, which I'm again shocked, because I thought Italy had less people than Spain. So this is kind of surprising to me. Yeah, because Spain's kind of big, so how come they have few people? Well, few people, almost 50 million people. Population density. Yeah, obviously this is reflected. Yeah, but I think that's the thing. I think especially something like Spain, there's a lot of towns that are just, there's nobody there. Literally no one lives there. So I guess makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people are just concentrated in the big cities and that's it. And I think to a certain extent, that's the same with France. Okay, so people are a little... I don't want to say old. They're approaching 50 years, which I think it's sort of, is that middle age? No, I think middle age is, I don't know how old is middle age, but yeah, okay. So the younger is the UK. Young people, I think 40 years is young. The GDP, okay, I don't know what is this? What does the T represent? I have no idea how much money that is. Okay, I'm just gonna rank them. So which was the first? Oh, it's Germany, of course. They have a really strong economy, which doesn't surprise me. And then you have UK, yes, of course. And then France, which I'm a little shocked. And I'm a little shocked by the fact that Italy is ranked higher as well. And sort of Spain, okay, Spain's still kind of, well, they're lagging behind. Is that trillions? Is that it? Billions, trillions? I have no idea how much is a trillion. Per capita, okay. Oh, but it's surprising to me that, well, yeah, Germany still ranks ahead, of course, but, oh, well, no, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same rankings. Spain goes last, yeah, just part of the course. I'm wondering, because it's 36,000, that seems That seems little, but I don't know. Okay, and exports. Oh, UK has more. Oh no, it's Germany still. Germany, okay. Germany's economy, well, they're doing something good, I can tell, but wow. I'm just shocked, but well, no, maybe I'm not shocked. I know that Germany has a really strong economy, but wow, seeing the numbers kind of crazy. Okay, what is this? The British Armed Forces. Oh, the military. Okay. Yeah, everything is armed forces except for Germany. But it's just because it has a composed name. It's just the armed forces everywhere you go, except in Germany. They have their own name. The defense budget. Okay, how much they're spending on this? Oh, so Germany, of course, again, not surprising. Of course, Germany is going to spend a lot of money into defending themselves. They have the money, so yeah, sure, they can flourish. Okay, what's actually surprising to me is that Spain, which doesn't, it's the one that ranks last in the GDP and stuff. They invest 38 millions, which is more than Italy. So I don't know. That's what for that. What are they doing? They're preparing for war. Military personnel. Okay. So the UK has a lot of people. I was expecting Germany because they have more people, and again, they have more in defense. So what on earth? So every time. So, I don't know, everyone in the UK is a military, it's a military, is in the military. That's what I'm getting from this. They just have a lot of people. Oh, well, yeah, I get it. Germany has a lot of them in reserve, not active. Military equipments. What do you need more? Oh my god. Okay, again, Spain. What's up with Spain? They just have a lot. Tanks, they have more than 300 tanks. Why would you need 300 tanks? Oh my god. And Italy is just one that sort of, we have fewer tanks. They don't need it, apparently. It's kind of crazy because 300, even 300, I don't think that's a lot, maybe, but that's just me. I don't know. When it comes to numbers and math, and my brain goes out of the window. Military equipments, okay, aircrafts, okay, the UK has, oh no, wait, France has more. I'm shocked. So where does the money go in Germany? Well, they spend a lot in defense, but not in aircrafts. Almost 1,000. That's a lot. Yeah, that's plenty. I'm surprised at the 400 and Germany with 500. That's little, I think. Submarines. Okay, no one wants to invest in submarines. Only what? The UK and France, they have 9 submarines. I think that's little. I would expect, well, maybe shouldn't you have more compared to the other things that you have? But they know, obviously they know what they're doing. So, I don't know, who knows? And only 2 submarines for Spain. They're not investing in them. Religion, okay. Everyone's a Christian here. Everyone's Catholic. Over, yeah, half the population. I'm shocked. Just looking at this, Italy, well, no, maybe not. Of course, it's the place of the Vatican. I know the Vatican's another place, but it was birth of Catholicism. Of course, almost 75 people are going to be Catholics, okay. But Spain, I think, is quite famously very Catholic as well. So I'm surprised by the only 55%. I was expecting that number to be higher. And in France, well, it's the same. It's kind of 50. I don't know. These numbers. What I'm shocked. Well, maybe not. In Germany, nobody has a religion. They just really do not care. Literally, they do not care. And also, I think the UK has a lot of Catholics, which I wasn't expecting this. Literally, okay. I think it's almost going to be 100%. How come the UK numbers are not available? That's shocking to me. I would expect it to be, almost 100. Almost everyone's really high, which of course it would be, right? The infrastructure, okay, they have, which one has more airports? UK, it makes sense because they have sort of more countries in the UK, so it makes sense that each country has its own sort of airport. And Germany is huge, of course they're going to have a bunch of airports, and it's the same, they have a lot of big cities. Spain is the one that I'm a little, well, yeah, Spain also has a bunch of cities, but only 300 airports. I thought it was more. And France, I think it's actually not even 700 airports, given the fact that they're so sort of big as a country. That seems few. That seems little. Railways. Okay. Yeah, I think Germany is just going to have more because I think it's very interconnected, which I think it's good. But also, I think France is kind of lacking behind, in my opinion, because if the country is so big, then shouldn't it be closer? I don't know. I have no idea, but that's just my opinion. I'm thinking that France should have more. That's just it. And just the roadways as well. Oh wow, they have, okay. Taking this back just because France has almost 1 million. Okay, they have more roadways than railways. Okay, they just have a different means of transport to connect a bunch of people that live there. Electricity, okay. It's just, I think this makes sense to me that obviously a lot of people, because a lot of people live there in Germany, so of course you're going to produce more because it makes sense. I think okay, so the coastline is just sort of okay. Okay, yeah, the coastline, it's sort of, it's more, yeah, of course, the UK is an island. I was trying to think. Yeah, Italy, I think Italy doesn't, no, they do have a coastline. I'm trying to think of coastlines. I think Germany is the one that has few, yeah, of course. But yeah, of course it makes sense. I was shocked by the huge amount of kilometers that are the coastline of the UK involves. But yeah, of course it's an island. Of course it's gonna be bigger. Number of billionaires, okay. Billionaires, okay, I'm gonna need a moment here. Billionaires, the UK has 72 billionaires, which okay, sure. But Germany has 100, well, more than 100. It's 170, which I think is crazy. But again, they have a really good economy, so maybe that shouldn't be that shocking to me. But Italy has 74, which I'm shocked. Okay, so a lot of billionaires are in Italy. I'm surprised by the low number of France. I think France, okay, your economy is good, so welcome. You don't have that many billionaires. And of course, Spain, poor Spain, a few little billionaires, but again, they have the lower sort of GDP and the economy. So yeah, sure, makes sense. But seeing at this, oh my God, Germany, my God, just a lot. Life expectancy, okay, everyone's in the 80s, which I think is good. Oh, but wouldn't you know, Spain and Italy are sort of leading here, so maybe money, maybe it's not, maybe the amount of money they have less billionaires, but you know what, people live longer. But still, it's not that much of a difference. I think it's only the 80s, which I think it's, yeah, sure. Olympic medals. Okay, the UK has 1,000. I think I was expecting Germany to sort of lead here, because, I don't know, they have a lot of people, but no, okay, so UK has less people, but they're just more dedicated to sports. But I'm also shocked by the amount of, I don't know, Italy has a lot. It's almost 800. That's a lot, but maybe, again, maybe they have a lot of people. I don't know, Italians, again, maybe sports are really big in there, so yeah, maybe that's it. And again, Spain, they're lacking. National animal, the lion. Oh, of course, an English lion. That makes sense. The black eagle, yes, isn't the eagle in the flag? The Gallic rooster. Oh, the rooster. That's why I think the national team has a rooster, so it makes sense. The Italian wolf. I've never heard of an Italian wolf. Okay, good to know. And a bull, of course. That's why they do. Of course, it's even a sport over there. So, yes. I want to know more about the Italian wolf. What is that? I don't think I've ever seen one. Passport access. Okay, yeah. The one that has more is what? Oh, they're tied. No, it's Italy and Germany. Yeah, rank 1. Then Spain rank 2 with France. And I think the UK shockingly low. I think especially for the UK, especially compared to the others. Yeah, how come is that? I have no idea why. Tourism. Okay. I think the UK. Oh no, it's not the UK. It's France. Oh yeah, because of Paris, of course, makes sense. 100 million, and then Spain, which of course very popular. I think they have a lot of beaches, so that's why. Then Italy, which I'm shocked. I would assume that was bigger, and even Germany and UK. So nobody goes there as a tourist. Okay, they have less tourists. I think they're just people want to go to sunnier climates, and that's why they go to the Mediterranean and they don't go to sort of colder places. That would be my logic. Popular sport, it's football. Yeah, very popular all throughout Europe. Doesn't surprise me. It's not going to be something like baseball. Internet users, okay. All in the 90s, I'm shocked by the low number Italy. So nobody has internet. Well, no, but just 89. So 10% of people do not have internet there. That seems shocking, crazy, even in this modern times. What do you mean people don't have internet access? That seems crazy to me. I'm wondering why. Do they live in just very isolated places? Is that it? Human Development Index, very high. All of them are very high. I mean, yeah, sure. The number one is Germany. Again, doesn't surprise me. The whole economy thing is a really big deal. But all of them are they're very high, which, okay, that's good. It's funny that Spain and Italy and France are all sort of in the same in the same section. That's how I would put it. Okay, this was a very interesting video. I think it was very eye-opening. I don't want to be rude because obviously this is just data, and of course a lot of things go into sort of say, oh, one country is better than the other. Of course not. But I think it's funny that just thinking about the raw data, and if anyone were to be, hey, I want to visit or I want to move somewhere in Europe, I'm thinking of this is what, 5 countries. I think, well, if you're looking at the raw data, I think, well, number one choice, Germany. They're constantly ranking high in every single kind of thing. They're ranking high in airports, in population, in the I don't know, what is it? Yeah, the economy. Everything's sort of good. Defense budget. They have a lot of things that, okay, well, I kind of get it. Then I think it would be the UK, just because, again, sort of number one, if I were to make a medium sort of average everything out, that would be the next one. And then you have, the second rank is France, Italy, and Spain. I think all 3 of them are constantly sort of go sort of, they're like this. They're constantly sort of, one's ahead, one's the other. I think maybe would be France and Italy and Spain sort of tied together. I think. But again, I get it. This is not a competition, but I'm just saying, if you were to sort of tally this out, I think that's how it would be. Because a lot of these things I'm shocked by how similar a lot of them were. And I get it. Again, they're incredible. They're really good countries. I'm not looking down on them. But I think, again, if you were to see which one's sort of better or better choice, I think would be the ranking. But even then, I'm still, you know what? There's, especially I think the France, Italy, and Spain are constantly sort of go hand in hand. So I don't know, take your pick. They're all quite similar. Again, if you're looking at the raw data, I'm not taking into account other things as climate, I don't know, cultural things, I don't know, whatever. It's kind of, I don't know, that was to me a little bit sort of, you know, shocking, because I wasn't expecting. I think Italy and Spain, probably they have more similarities. I think because they're closer together. Although against Spain and France, obviously they share a border, but I think they're culturally, maybe I'm just thinking about culturally, they're a little bit more similar, I guess. I don't know why I have it in my mind that they're kind of similar. So I'm shocked by, we have to lump France here as well, because they're not, I think France is just, I thought it was maybe higher, I don't know, into the levels of Germany, and it was more in the Germany category. And I can see, no, absolutely not. It's closer, I think, to Spain and Italy, which okay, well, good to know. It's something funny as well that I'm just realizing that the Italian and the French flag are the same, but just the colors. You know, they only have there's 2 colors of a difference, but they're literally the same flag. I'm just realizing that now, which I think it's really funny. The other thing, I wanna look it up. I wanna see the Italian, how just an Italian wolf looks like, because I've never heard of it, I've never seen it, and I've never actually heard of people claiming, because all the other animals, I think they make sense, and I've seen, if you say what kind of animal do you associate this country with, I think I can have, the American eagle for the United States. You have, I know, probably a moose for Canada. I think that would be my answer. And again, the UK, the wolf. Spain, obviously bulls. But I don't know, I've never heard of anyone saying, Italians for the wolf. It's what? A wolf? I've never heard of it before. So I don't know, I kind of want to see it. What kind of difference do they have with the other wolves? And the other thing that I thought was a little bit sort of shocking to me was, again, how much they spend in defense, and how, I guess, where does the money go? They don't have a lot of aircrafts, and they don't have a lot of submarines, but maybe it's just in equipment, I don't know. And maybe I'm saying, it seems like not a lot. but maybe it's just me. And yeah, well, because you're not seeing them and you're not maintaining them, because if you have to, or you have to find a place for them. Because if you have to find a place to keep 1,000 aircraft, sort of, that I don't know how big they are, probably I would think different. But I don't know, when it comes to numbers, I'm hard to see. I don't know, is that much? I don't know. I have to compare it to something like the US, probably. I think because the US spends a lot of money on this, so I would assume, yeah, of course the US has just a lot more aircrafts, a lot more submarines, and a lot more things. So I think I would compare it to the US to see how big, how much is normal. Because again, I have no idea what military is, sort of, what are the limits. I have no idea. So I think maybe that's how it is, and I should maybe see what's the average in military around the world, and and do these countries actually are above what's normal, what's average, or below. That's I think where I'm going with this. And the billionaires, well, yeah, maybe everyone should go to Germany. You know, when they say, oh, the American dream, no, not the American dream, the Germany dream. Everyone, apparently it's a billionaire over there. So if you want to become a billionaire, move to Germany. I think your chances would improve a lot. Not put it that way. And that was it for today. And I'll see you next time. Bye.